Welcome. So today we are talking about ideal days and morning routines. So designing your ideal day, and creating a morning routine for yourself. And this is key, okay? So just got my little notes here. Oh, hey, Brooke, what's up? So, when it comes to coaching, I want you guys to be successful in terms of your goals, your fitness, your nutrition, everything that you want, your life. But I also want you to have fun, right? I want you to live your life. I want you to nurture your relationships. And for those of us, who are super busy and we're juggling a lot and we got lots going on, it's hard to do that if we don't have a routine. And so my advice to you would be to create a habit of living by a calendar. And I do this, I coach with my clients. I teach them how to, put their workouts in their schedule, color code your stuff, tell your family what's happening when, because this is what holds you accountable and it frees you up. One of the other things that I want in my life is white space, right? So I want to schedule the things that I have to do so that in the rest of my life, there's white space. I'm not thinking about, I should be meditating right now. I should be putting my laundry away, because there's a time for that. There's a time and place for that. So when I'm also finding too, and this really came to my attention during self-quarantine, is the less I do, the healthier I am, the greater the results I see in my body. Those of my clients who are the most successful are consistent and they have routines. So we're going to talk about creating a morning routine. And I have sort of a little thing for an evening routine too. And if we have time today, I'll talk about that. But otherwise, I can make that another video. So, okay, so just in terms of ideal day, and this is also something that I do with my coaching clients, do you know what your ideal day looks like? So not like a vacation day, like win the lottery day, but just a normal day, like a weekday that you have in your life right now. What does that look like ideally? And most of us don't even know. We haven't even thought about it. We just, work for the man and do what we're told and go to work and hustle and hustle and hustle and fall into our chairs exhausted at the end of the day, right? That's not, I don't know. I don't want to live for that. So what do you even want? So this is a good journaling activity, is what does your ideal day look like? And I've totally done this before, and I'll share it with you guys sometime. But for one of your early morning routines, this can be a journaling prompt for you, writing out your ideal day. So it's like, I wake up slowly, I open my eyes, and I turn over and see my super handsome husband or wife or whatever, and then it goes from there. And then I step out of bed and stretch my body, whatever, you get it, right? So, so think about that. Like, what do you even want your morning to look like? What would be better than what your usual morning looks like right now? And Colleen, I love you guys are commenting. So Colleen is saying, I want to wake up feeling rested and feel accomplished throughout the day. Yes. And so the wake up feeling rested, it has to do a lot with the evening routine as well, which we might talk about today, but we'll definitely talk about another day. And consistency. So just journaling that out, like, what do you want your ideal morning to look like? What do you want your ideal day to look like? And then this is how I lay out my morning routine. I love my morning routine. I love it. And it's still a work in progress. And this is actually a great week for us to be talking about this, because my morning routine has been like a bit of a gong show the past few days. And it's just because I haven't been connected. I haven't been connected and committed to it. I've been getting up early, but then I haven't been following the routine as closely as feels good. I always follow parts of it. So just know I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect, but what makes us good role models is showing up and doing it again and again and again and again every day and trying, right? Okay. So my first tip is you got to wake up before you got to wake up. So wake up 30 to 60 minutes before you really need to. And this is a great one for parents too. If you got little ones, like little ones, babies and toddlers and stuff, first of all, just in my opinion, I'm happy for you if you're a perfect parent already, but sleep training, because I want to know when my kid's going to wake up approximately. Wake up like an hour before that, because then you're waking up on your own terms rather than to a screaming baby or a toddler shoving Cheerios in your face or something. Because it's all about how you start the day, right? And then even if you don't have little ones, wake up 30 to 60 minutes before you really need to, so that you have this time for this morning routine, which we're going to talk about. If you're really on a time crunch, if you're like a 8 to 4 kind of person and you got to commute, you could do most of this stuff that I'm going to explain while you're getting ready for your day, or you could do all of it just condensed into 15 minutes. Totally doable. But we want to create a little space and spend time just to be before we have to do, right? So as I was just saying with the waking up and crushing the parenting, if we can create a little space where you get to be yourself before you have to do a task, because you're a human being. You're not a human doing, you're a human being. So you need a little space and time just to be and to connect with yourself and feel a little refreshed and set yourself up for the day. And I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts if you have comments about that in the comments there. So the first step is just waking up a little bit early. The second step is just being grateful. So as soon as you open your eyes, or even before you open your eyes, saying, I'm so grateful I woke up today. Thank you for giving me today. Thank you for waking me up today. I'm grateful that I'm here. And if things don't go as planned, if your husband wakes you up when he's getting ready, or your kid wakes you up earlier than you would like, you still do this. And then you just say, I'm so grateful that my child just woke me up because I'm alive. Everything else is gravy. Thank you. Thank you, child, for waking me up today. I'm grateful that I'm here. That gratitude will go a long way. And then next thing, drink water. So by my bedside table, I have this cup that follows me around. I have one upstairs and one downstairs. And then I have a pitcher beside the bed. It's just full of water, and I just pour it. And the first thing, so say my gratitude, drink the water. Try to have like at least a cup or two, was first thing. And then no phone. I know this is like, people hate this, but if you could, have some time to be without doing on your phone and scrolling for the first hour or two of the day and the last hour or two of the day, that's ideal. And let me tell you why. If you wake up and the first thing you do is get on your phone, check your email, check your messages, check your social, you've lost your day. You've lost control of it. You're in reactive mode. You're not being, you're doing. You're just responding to all those things. And here's the other thing. We get hits of stress throughout the day, right? And so if the first thing that you do is, open something up, and it doesn't even have to be bad. It can just be like, oh, shoot, I have to pay this bill. I just got this email, or oh, this person needs to have a meeting with me. It's just it starts the bings of stress. Gotta do it, gotta do it, gotta do it. Bing, bing, bing. So we open our eyes. We don't even consider that we're so lucky to wake up today. And then we roll over, we look at the phone, we look at the message, bing, I gotta do that. Oh, bing, I gotta check this email, I gotta pay this bill, I gotta, CRA sent me a thing, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this client messaged me. Oh, okay, right, I have to do this. And it goes on and on and on and on. Before you even got out of bed, that's how many hits of negative stress to your body. And you haven't even seen your family, you haven't even had food, you haven't even left your house. You haven't even gotten your car to commute. And you've already been bombarded with all the bangs, the bad bangs. So ideally create some space. So you're not even looking at your phone for an hour or two. Ideally put it in another room, really, because you don't need it. Or put it in your bathroom, let the alarm go off, or you can have the alarm on your watch, and then walk to the bathroom, turn it off, and then go back to bed and start doing your other morning routine stuff. So no phone, Don't be in reactive mood. Don't do it. You control your day, right? You are in control. The phone doesn't control you. You're in control. You're in control of your day and your schedule. Hi, Vanessa. Okay, that being said, if you really want to just every morning look at your phone quickly because it wakes you up, or you want to see if your boyfriend or girlfriend texted you or whatever, that's fine. But I mean, I would say ideally create some space. You can wean yourself off of it too. This is one of my greatest tips, is turn off the notifications and badges on your phone. So I talked to my clients about this on Monday night. Your phone has those little red badges. Turn them off. You are in control. So at the time when you want to consume inspiring content, then you have to actually open your phone. Some of my friends even have their badges turned off for their texts. So they don't even get a notification. If you text them, she has to physically open it and be like, oh, okay, I have a text. Because you're in control. The phone's not in control of you. Don't let it bang at you. You are in control of when you want to look at those messages. You want to look at those emails. It can be once an hour, but it's not 24/7. Because then you're not present with that email or that message. You're not present with your family. You're not present with your job. You can't be present for anything. So turn off those notifications and badges. Or you can even set, if you just can't imagine doing that, you can set it so that, your do not disturb goes till 8 a.m., which is what I have. So I don't get any bangs before 8 a.m. and my notifications are off. So nothing happens. So you've woken up, you've stated that you're grateful just to yourself. You are not looking at your phone. You've had your water, and then stretch. Just move your body, even if it's like 2 minutes, moving your body, getting into your body. Put your feet on the floor. Get grounded. This is what's happening. Even better if you can step outside, open a window, let your dog out to pee, go outside, get yourself in some natural light. That's one of the first things that I do. Open the curtains, open the blinds, and not just like the slits, like open the blinds. Get that real light on your body, because that will help to wake you up. And then you get a sense of the weather too. And then consume with intention. So consume your brain food while you're getting ready. And so this is what I do, and this is what I mean, you can multitask, right? You can do this while you're getting ready, having breakfast, drinking your coffee, whatever. So you could listen to an Audible book. One of my favorite things, I do this every single day, is listen to morning affirmations, positive affirmations on YouTube. There's 2 really good ones that I'll share with you guys in the comments. So they're just free. You just go on YouTube, morning affirmations, and then you just let it play. You just let it play while you're getting ready, you're making your breakfast, you're doing whatever, you're getting dressed. And usually these morning affirmations have music, and the music is on a certain, I can't remember what they all are, but it's on like a certain sound wave that is in alignment with you being in a relaxed state. So it helps to wake you up without being aggressive. Or you could listen to a podcast. I like Brene Brown and Manifestation Babe and Jay Shetty are a few of my favorites. I like to listen to my affirmations while I'm getting ready, and then my podcasts while I'm driving to and from daycare, usually just from daycare back to work. But some really good Audible books, and I can put these in the comments too, are Super Attractor by Gabby Bernstein, Never Split the Difference, The Big Leap, Atomic Habits, The Power of Now. Those are all good ones that you can just kind of consume in pieces, and you can either listen to them while you're getting ready or while you're commuting. So those are some good suggestions. And then you have your coffee and your breakfast. You got to get your healthy breakfast in there, of course. You can still be listening to your stuff while you're doing that. And then this is not always in the same order, because usually I'll journal and meditate and have my coffee and then get ready and listen to my affirmations, but you do you, boo. And then I will journal, meditate, or visualize a goal. Usually my goals are written out, so I'll write it out, sit in meditation, visualize it. I've been kind of flip-flopping around with my meditation, because I was doing it just like setting a timer and sitting in silence. And then Gabby Bernstein did this challenge I did with her I really liked, and now it's done. And then I was on Headspace, and now I'm kind of into Glow, like Yoga Glow has meditation. So I like a guided meditation personally, but you could also just sit. You could just sit in silence, or you could visualize your goal. And it like this is like you could do 3 minutes. Do 3 minutes of meditation instead of 0. That'd be better. So you could meditate, you can journal, you can visualize. I know that journaling can feel very foreign, but putting pen to paper is powerful. Powerful because it's like saying something out loud. It puts it out into the universe and it draws to your attention, oh, I want that. Oh, I don't want that. So putting pen to paper can be very powerful. If that sounds a bit scary, it can be as simple as you wake up, you drink your water, you roll over, you grab your journal, and you write down 1 to 3 things that you're grateful for. So instead of just saying it out loud, or intentions for the day, 1 to 3 intentions for today. Today, I am going to show up for all my clients fearlessly. Today, I'm going to be the best mom that I can be. Today, I am going to get that workout in because I need it for my sanity. Whatever it is, 3 things that you're going to do, 3 things that you're grateful for. Yeah. And another journal prompt that you could use is you always want to think be, do, have. So if you're not familiar with sort of goal setting and visualization, we kind of always think that we have the thing and then we do it and then we're that person. No. You be the person you want to be. You do the things that that person does, and then you have what you want. Act as if. So you act like that person, whoever that is, who you want to be, who's super healthy, fit, has your dream body, runs up that hill, no problem. And then you start to do those things, and then you have what you want. Then you have the body, you have the lungs, you have the muscles. Be, do, have. Don't have, do, be. Doesn't work like that. Yeah, and then just love it. Love your morning routine. Just choose, and if you just chose one of these things to add to your routine, that would be amazing. So add one of these mindset things, add it to your routine. The more you do it, the more you practice it, the more it will become part of your life. And then you just watch things change. That was a little bit of a slow snap. Okay, do you guys have any questions about morning routine? Because otherwise I'm going to talk a little bit about evening routine. Vanessa, what's up? What you got? Colleen, what about your calendar? That is what reminds me of what I have coming up. Yes. So intentional consumption, right? Even of our calendar. I'm a slave to my calendar. I love it. I need to know what's going on in the day, but you don't need to know it at 6 a.m. when you woke up. Right? Hopefully you've planned that the night before so you wake up at the right time and you've put in your calendar that your mindset stuff, your morning routine is happening from 6 till 7 or 6 till 8 or whatever. And then you have an intentional time when you look at your calendar. So say you sit down to have your breakfast at 8 a.m., then you open up just Google Calendar and you see what you got going on today. And something that I like to do, I love Google Calendar, but I also like to write things down and cross them out. So often I'll just do that in the morning. I'll look at the calendar and then write down the things that I have to do, and because I like to have it on paper. So you're still looking at your calendar. You're just doing it at an intentional time with purpose. Does that make sense, Colleen? Tell me if that makes sense. And then also tips about when you are beyond tired and want to sleep that extra hour, etc. This is often me. I hear you. Okay, I just need water. Okay, so yes, sleep is not negotiable. It's of prime importance, and we have to fit it into our schedule. So being able to wake up at the time that you've negotiated to wake up to do your mindset stuff relies on you doing an evening routine and getting to bed 8 hours, at least 7-8 hours before that. So you just got to know what your priorities are, girl. And this can show up in your journaling, right? So what's your number one priority? What's your number one priority? Is it to wake up feeling rested? Like, do you just want to feel rested every single day? Do you need that more than you need to work out? That's always the question. What do you need the most? So for me, it goes back and forth. usually when fitness is like part of my life, I'm on it. So usually, if I feel like I'm struggling sleep-wise, I need that sleep more than I need to work out. So that decision is easy for me. So you just got to know you. What do you need the most to reach your goals? So is your number one thing to be alert and feel good? Wake up feeling rested? Yes. Okay, great. So that's your number one priority. So I would also then discourage you from planning your workouts at a time that you're predictably not going to attend them, right? So knowing yourself, you got to know yourself. So plan to wake up, so whatever, sleeping from 11 till 7. Yes, Colleen says, thank you. I see what you're saying. Nothing else will happen if I'm dead tired. Yeah, so you just got to know your priority. If you have some like serious fitness goals, serious fitness goals, and you got a lot of work to do and you need that more than you need sleep, then you got to wake up and do the workout or whatever, right? But you got to know yourself. So it really depends. I hope that answers the question. But either way, this doesn't have to be early, right? If you're listening to this and you're 24 years old and you live with your parents and you don't want to wake up till 9 a.m., great. Don't wake up till 9 a.m., but still do this routine from 9 till 10 or 9 to 9:30 or whatever. Okay, it doesn't have to be an early morning thing. But I would recommend getting up before you really have to. Okay, so for these last few minutes, let me just actually, I'm not going to save. I'll make this another live for evenings because I got a lot to say about it and I don't want to squish it in. Okay, so that's all I got, you guys, about morning routines. Love your morning routine. Apply one thing. Make it super consistent. Learn to love your morning. Love it. Love it. Okay? Do you have any questions? I'll hang out here for a minute, but otherwise, that's it. That's how to create a morning routine, know what your ideal day looks like, know what your ideal morning looks like, and then create it. And then just do it again and again and again and again and again, and make it part of your life. Okay, so Vanessa's saying, I'm a team lead on the fire and ambulance department and answer the radio at all hours of the day and night. I struggle with that morning routine when I've had a late night call. You're welcome, Tina. See ya. I feel like a routine with the same hours is something to maintain. So Vanessa, is this every night, or are you, do you work shifts? Like, are you on 4 on, 4 off or something? Because I would agree, a routine with the same hours is something to maintain. You're welcome, Colleen. See ya. But it can be challenging, right? And again, for my shift workers, my people who work nights, like sleep has to be your priority, really. So it's really up to you what feels better. You can try to maintain that same morning routine at the same hours despite your level of sleep. If that works for you and it feels good for you, or it can float. So you have your routine shifts 1 week on and 1 week off. Okay. Yeah. So I would say, Vanessa, probably what I would do is I would have a morning routine on your week on, and I would have a morning routine on your week off that's just different. I mean, that's only 2 things really that you have to know, right? So this is what it looks like on your week on. It might happen at a different time of day, and this is what it looks like on your week off. It's going to be a little bit more normal, quote unquote normal. Does that make sense? The point is that you're doing the tasks, that you're choosing one of these mindset tasks and committing to it and practicing it over and over and over and over and over. That's how you see change. It doesn't really matter when you do it, if your day starts at 2 p.m. or 6 a.m. It just matters the consistency and that you're committed to the task. So Vanessa, tell me if that's helpful. I'm going to end the Instagram one. And thank you guys. Thank you for joining me. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about ideal days, morning routines. Maybe we'll do this again. We'll do an evening routine one. Yeah, and then Vanessa said, that makes sense. I think getting pen to paper to make this schedule will help me. Yeah, Google Calendar, Mama. Google Calendar. And you can alternate weeks. So you create a schedule, put it in your Google Calendar, and you repeat it every 2 weeks. And then you do another one, repeat it every 2 weeks on your week off. You're welcome, Jen. Okay. I love you guys. I hope you crushed your morning. Crush your morning again tomorrow. Give yourself a break on Sunday. Crush it again on Monday. Love you. You're so welcome. Have a great day. Bye.